What's up, football fans? Welcome back to Across the Pitch, your one-stop shop for everything football. From jaw-dropping goals to controversial VAR calls, we've got it all. This is episode 4, and today we're diving into the action-packed matches from the 13th of December. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. We're talking edge-of-your-seat moments, stunning comebacks, and of course, a bit of drama. Because what's football without a little spice? Before we get started, you know the drill. Hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to drop a comment below with your favorite moment from the matches. Who impressed you? Who needs to step up their game? Let's get that conversation going. All right, enough chatter. Let's get into it. What a game that was between Empoli and Torino. A classic Serie A showdown where one moment of brilliance decided the outcome. Torino edged it, taking home a 1-0 victory. But let me tell you, it was anything but straightforward. Let's dive right in. The first half was like a chess match. Empoli started with purpose, trying to create chances through Sebastiano Esposito and Lorenzo Colombo. These guys were hustling, and you could see the intent, but Torino's defense? Solid. Vanja Milinkovic-Savic, the Torino keeper, had a phenomenal first half. He wasn't just making saves, he was commanding that backline, keeping everyone in check. And then Torino started to show some teeth. Jan Caramo and Antonio Sanabria were lively up front, feeding off those sharp crosses from Borna Sosa. Sosa was delivering balls like a waiter in a 5-star restaurant. Pinpoint. Saul Coco even came close with a header, but it skimmed just over. Still, nothing to separate the two teams by halftime. 0-0. Frustration on both sides. Now the second half, that's where it all changed. Torino made a brilliant move, bringing on Nikola Vlasic, and wow, did he make a difference. Then it happened, the moment of the match, 70th minute. Che Adams, who had just been subbed on, picked up the ball and unleashed an absolute rocket from over 35 yards out. And I mean a rocket. Top bins. The Empoli keeper, Davis Vasquez, didn't stand a chance. 1-0 to Torino, and you could feel the energy shift. Empoli tried to rally. They threw on Emmanuel Ekong, Alberto Grassi, and even Ismail Konate, trying to find that equalizer. But Torino's defense was like a brick wall. Saul Coco, who had already picked up a yellow card, was putting his body on the line. Marcus Pedersen, another key player at the back, held his ground despite also getting booked. These guys were fighting for every inch. And let's talk about those final minutes. Empoli had the ball. They had the chances, but they just didn't have the composure. They were throwing everything forward, winning corners, earning free kicks, but it wasn't clicking. It felt like desperation. Meanwhile, Torino were calm, composed. Adams even had another crack in stoppage time. And it was a beauty of a shot, but Vasquez managed to save it. And when the whistle blew, you could see the frustration on Empoli's faces. They gave it everything, but it just wasn't their day. For Torino, though, what a performance. 1-0, 3 points, and a whole lot of confidence moving forward. Let's talk key players for a second. Che Adams, hero of the match. That goal was the kind of strike that reminds you why football is the beautiful game. Nikola Vlasic, super sub. His assist was just pure class. And for Empoli, you've got to give credit to Lorenzo Colombo. That kid didn't stop running. He was constantly knocking on the door, but sometimes the game just doesn't go your way. Now, tactically, what stood out? Torino were masters of transition. They soaked up pressure, broke quickly, and took their chance when it came. Empoli, on the other hand, had plenty of possession but lacked that final pass. It's a tough lesson, but one they'll need to learn quickly if they want to climb the table. So, there you have it. Torino snatched the win. Empoli are left wondering what could have been, and we as fans get to enjoy moments like Che Adams' wonder goal. That's why we love this game. Sometimes it just takes one spark, 1-0. Torino, and what a match it was. Well, folks, what a gritty battle that was between Real Valladolid and Valencia. A 1-0 win for Valladolid, but it was anything but straightforward. Let's break it down. So the game kicks off, and both teams are feeling each other out. You know, a little jab here, a little shuffle there, but then bam, 20th minute. Anouar Touhami steps up and says, "Thank you very much." He slots it right into the bottom corner. Beautiful finish, calm as you like. And credit where it's due, Marcos Andre with the assist. That little setup, chef's kiss. Valencia's defense, let's just say they'll be losing some sleep over that one. From there, you'd think Valladolid would settle in, but no, they kept pushing. Valencia, though, they weren't just going to roll over. Javi Guerra and Fran Perez tried to make things happen. Guerra had a crack from distance, ambitious but way off target. Then you've got Cesar Tarrega making Hein, Valladolid's keeper, work for it. Hein, solid. Nothing fancy, just getting the job done. Fast forward to the second half, and you can feel the tension ramping up. Valencia comes out swinging. They bring on Andre Almeida and Jarek Gasiorowski to freshen things up. But Valladolid, they're not having it. Javi Sanchez and Lucas Rosa were like a couple of brick walls back there. Valencia tried everything, crosses, headers, even a few long-range efforts, but it just wasn't sticking. And then, the drama. 78th minute. Juan Milatasa, he was doing okay, holding his own, and then out of nowhere, boom, red card, violent conduct. VR gets involved, and yeah, the ref had no choice. Now Valladolid's down to 10 men, and you're thinking, oh boy, this could turn ugly. But no, instead of folding, Valladolid dug in. They tightened up, compacted their lines, and basically said to Valencia, all right, let's see what you've got. Valencia threw the kitchen sink at them. Pepelu, Rafa Mir, Hugo Duro, they all had chances. Duro's header in the 89th minute? So close. But close doesn't win you games. 7 minutes of added time. 7. At this point, it's chaos. Valencia is pumping balls into the box like their lives depend on it, but Valladolid is clearing everything. Karl Hein, what a guy. He's out there organizing, shouting, making saves. Absolute hero. Finally, the whistle blows and Valladolid pulls it off. 1-0. They defended like their season depended on it, because honestly, it kind of does. So who stood out? Anouar Tuhami, obviously. Match winner. Cool finish. And Karl Hein, composure personified. On the Valencia side, Hugo Duro was everywhere, but man, he's got to start converting those chances. It's just not clicking for them right now. In the end, Valladolid showed what grit looks like. Valencia, a lot of effort but no end product. 1-0. Valladolid takes it. And I, for one, loved every scrappy second of it. All right, let's talk about that wild game between SC Freiburg and VfL Wolfsburg. A 5-goal thriller that ended 3-2 in Freiburg's favor, but wow, it was an emotional roller coaster from start to finish. So, Freiburg got things rolling in the first half with Lucas Kubler stepping up. 42nd minute, corner comes in, and there he is. Cool as you like, slots it into the bottom corner. 1-0 to Freiburg. Simple, clinical. Wolfsburg tried to hit back, and they had their chances. Konstantinos Kouliarakis even hit the crossbar so close, but no cigar. By halftime, it's 1-0, and you could feel Wolfsburg's frustration building. Second half, Freiburg came out swinging. 51st minute, another set-piece magic. This time, it's Lucas Kubler again with a header from close range. 2-0. Wolfsburg looked stunned, but Freiburg? They smelled blood. Just 10 minutes later, Michael Gregorich made it 3-0 with another header, this time off a pinpoint cross from Ritsu Doan. At this point, Wolfsburg were drowning. But here's the thing about Wolfsburg, they don't go down without a fight. 75th minute, Jonas Wind pulls one back. Great link-up play with Riddle Baku, and suddenly, there's a glimmer of hope. Then, just 8 minutes later, Matthias Svanberg makes it 3-2 with a poacher's goal. The comeback was officially on. And the final moments? Absolute chaos. Wolfsburg was throwing everything forward, corners, free kicks, long balls. They even had a last-gasp attempt with Kouliarakis, but it sailed wide. And then came the VAR drama. 95th minute, Lucas Höhler thought he'd sealed it with a fourth for Freiburg, but VAR said, nope, handball. Goal overturned. The tension was off the charts. The clock ticked down, and Freiburg held on for dear life. 3-2. Final whistle, relief for Freiburg, heartbreak for Wolfsburg. Let's talk standouts. For Freiburg, Lucas Kubler was the man. 2 goals, rock solid at the back, just a beastly performance. Ritsu Doan deserves a shout-out too. 2 assists, worked tirelessly. For Wolfsburg, Jonas Wind was their spark. Without his goal, they wouldn't have even come close to a comeback. Tactically, Freiburg nailed it. They were ruthless on set pieces and sharp in transitions. Wolfsburg, though, left it too late. Their defense crumbled early, and even with their late rally, they just couldn't dig themselves out. It's games like these that remind you why we love football. Drama, goals, controversy. This one had it all. 3-2 Freiburg. What a match! All right, let's talk about the nail-biter between Toulouse and Saint-Étienne. This was one of those matches that had you on the edge of your seat from the first whistle to the last. It ended 2-1 in favor of Toulouse, but trust me, it was a roller coaster. So, the first half, pretty cagey. Both teams were probing but couldn't find that cutting edge. A lot of fouls, some yellow cards. You know the drill when teams are trying to feel each other out. Toulouse had a couple of close chances through Joshua King and Xavi Babica, but they just couldn't hit the mark. By halftime, it was goalless, but you could tell something was about to spark in the second half. And oh boy, did it deliver. Right out of the gate, Saint-Étienne drew first blood. 53rd minute, Lucas Stassin, cool as you like, finishes a cross from Denis Apia. 1-0 to Saint-Étienne. And you could see Toulouse thinking, all right, game on. They didn't take long to answer back. Just 2 minutes later, Gabriel Suazo whipped in a peach of a cross, and Xavi Babica was there to head it home. Boom, 1-1. The crowd went wild, and from there, the tempo just shot through the roof. The match turned into a battle of wills. End-to-end stuff, crunching tackles, and both keepers pulling off key saves. But the decisive moment? 85th minute. Niklas Schmidt sends in an absolutely delightful ball, and Zakaria Abouklal rises like a salmon to knot it in from close range. 2-1 to Toulouse. Clinical. You've got to admire the timing and precision there. The final minutes were pure chaos. Saint-Étienne threw everything forward. Corners, free kicks, you name it. But Toulouse held firm. Eamon Aiki and Ibrahim Sissoko tried to make something happen for Saint-Étienne, but Mark McKenzie and Gabriel Suazo in Toulouse's backline were having none of it. 6 minutes of added time felt like an eternity, but when the whistle finally blew, it was relief for Toulouse and heartbreak for Saint-Étienne. Key players? Zakaria Abouklal, hands down. He was relentless and popped up with the match winner. Gabriel Suazo, too. His assist for the equalizer and his defensive work were top-notch. For Saint-Étienne, Lucas Stassin stood out with his goal, and Pierre Ekwa showed some flashes of quality, but it just wasn't enough. This match was a perfect reminder of why we love football: the drama, the momentum swings, and those clutch moments that make or break a game. 2-1 to Toulouse, and what a match it was. And that's a wrap for episode 4 of Across the Pitch. What a day of football it's been. Drama, goals, and everything in between. If you enjoyed the breakdown, make sure to give this video a like because it really helps the channel grow. And hey, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and turn on the notifications so you never miss an episode. We've got plenty more football content coming your way. Now, it's your turn. Drop a comment below and let us know your thoughts. Which team impressed you the most? Any moments that had you shouting at the screen? Let's hear it. Thanks for hanging out with us here on Across the Pitch. Until next time, keep the passion alive, and we'll see you on the next episode. Take care, and as always, stay football crazy.